Let's coach Dragon. No, I'm just kidding. It's the referee signaling the continuance of this game. Again, 1-1 is the score. This is the final game of this match.
And again, we're talking about how proficient Cho can be here. And less room for error maybe compared to maybe a very linear Tyrant's Revenge from Akufra. He has more leeway to maybe flicker this out.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can expect more kill potential from RSG at the later parts, maybe like level 5, level 7, if he combos well with how Irad rotates around the map.
Yeah, it's sort of like a flashy way of engaging with the Julian and the Cho. Because the thing is, you have to be positioned well. Compared to Akufra, Kufra's more direct and honest. Like, you just press the skill and look for the direction. But the thing is, with flashy heroes also comes the ability to outplay. And that's that's also one thing that Liquid has to be worried about. There's a lot of angles that RSG can utilize to look for engages against their lineup. And looking at their lineup, it's more straightforward. Like, you have a Johai that can just eject anybody, but then everybody just hits. Like, you have a Roger and the carry that just wants to attack. Sanford, well, there's an outplay potential with the Flicker Final Slash, but that's it.
That's it. I mean, that's also a big ticket, 120-second cooldown, so
yeah.
you gotta be careful with those. But right now, obviously, we're seeing a possibility of a fight here. JP's pretty far from 4, but he doesn't need it. Forces the Flicker out, or Purify out of Aqua right now, and there you go. We're seeing the Black Dragon is circling. Irad gets that turtle. Fight's still ongoing. It's an empowered Nats here, but Sanji still pushing from the backside, and Irad's running for it.
Oh, Sanji, he's in no man's land right now. Irad is still going to be able to get out. All right, nice vengeance from Sanford. He is going to be able to live. Nats, does he go for the pursuit? No. RSG was able to win the turtle trade. Carl TZ dies on the hands of Nats. Unfortunately for Carl TZ, there was some HP left after the retribution. I think 6 HP?
A literal point, I think. Like, literal point of HP.
Yeah.
A very rare moment where we see Carl TZ kind of slip on Retry there. And I don't blame him. Actually, it was a very chaotic fight.
Yeah, it is a Roger, though. Like, it's not a Lancelot where you can pair it up with a skill just to secure the turtle. Compared to a Julian, Julian has a lot of things that he can throw at the turtle. But again, it was just unfortunate timing from Carl TZ. And mind you, he was also playing under the Dragon form of the Yuzong, so it was really a hard objective to take here for Liquid.
He also has to take into account his invulnerability frames, right?
Yeah.
And the Julian's invulnerability frames.
Yep.
So that was a tricky trade. And in the end, as you can see, it was Carl TZ, Irad rather, who took out the win in that turtle fight. Now,
I don't even know what that means.
The question is, whether or not that will be enough to actually tilt them in one way, because as you can see, the gold lane trades are actually pretty even at this point. So,
I mean, most objective fights, even if it does put a swing on the other side, they can always just reset that and look for fights in the gold lane. Because at the end of the day, whoever takes more objectives, especially in the early game, like towers, it does mean like you're losing out resources because you're losing part of the map.
So it's not that like game breaking or anything. You can still. That's only Sanji.
I've give that a 4, by the way.
Maybe 4, 3 for me.
3 for you?
That's not
yeah, you like the number 3, huh? So does Woomy.
No, bro. Anyway, sorry, but you know what? The Nats multiverse guy, he's like a 9. He's a 10.
Oh yeah, Nats is a close one.
That was so close. I thought he was Nats, man.
Yeah, it was a multiverse.
So we got some ratings. We got ways of rating you guys.
The Skylar guy is
Skylar guy's
is an 8. Yeah, it's a solid 8.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
We have the Liquid fans here. Some still bearing the Echo jersey, but now they're Liquid. There goes Mima.
I asked the merch people. They said it's gonna take a while for all the Team Liquid jerseys come in, as well as the jackets. So
I mean, we did order some, but
they're gonna have to stay on Echo for now. Some of them, but yeah, this is Team Liquid PH.
Yeah, come on, Liquid. We're waiting. We're waiting. All right, Light. He doesn't have the kick. Doesn't have the flicker though. All right. There's also the Purify on Benecutie, so it's not really a good campaign for RSG, but the threat is there for Aqua. Kusei is just gonna be able to clear the wave much safer.
And in terms of gold lane, you know what? It's a bit of a flip up. Earlier, it was Benicudi who wants to fight as soon as possible. Now he's the one who's going to have to lay back, and he's definitely going to have a bit of a disadvantage in terms of duels against a carry.
There goes a Wind Talker here.
Moscow, rather.
Is that a cooldown boots? Is that real?
Can I say?
On the Roger?
Which one? Roger?
I mean, I take that with a grain of salt, but we'll see. We'll see later on if that's actually real. But you know, I'm expecting like a lot of tough boots because you are playing against a lot of magic on the side of RSG, and of course the Petrify from Nuts.
It's a riskier move. It's a riskier boot, but it does kind of give your skills more uptime, right? 10% is not a joke.
Ooh, light. All right, not possible. But bottom lane, there's the good setup here from RSG. They're camping Sanford.
RSG's on 10.
Walking towards the river.
They're looking for it. TLPH gathering up around the middle. They know that as long as they stick around, Benicuti's not in too much of trouble. Carl TZ also has some pretty good firepower in the early game. And Kusei is also nowhere to be found. So they said, you know what, let's just go for Turtle, see what happens.
Yeah, compared to game number 1 and game number 2, this is more relaxed. This is more chill. And this is usually what happens in game 3. Like, both teams don't want to make mistakes. But knowing Liquid, at some point, they're gonna turn their buttons on and just say, screw it, we're gonna go, we're gonna engage. And now JP's pulling the turtle away from RSG, but also keep in mind Kusei's doing the same thing that he's been doing for the past 2 games, the split push. But Carl TZ is on the move to stop the Moscow from doing so.
Yeah, that's true. And keeping it together, it should be relatively easy here. JP once more, again, blame him for trying to keep this turtle away, trying to keep it as close as possible so he can reset.
I mean, if you're RSG, you're kind of annoyed right now. Flicker.
Goes for the flicker. Not gonna be able to do it. Oh, but look at it. It sets up the final slash, and now everyone is piling on. And now the damage is unrelentless here for TLPH.
As dirty as that play was, that execution was clean. The Petrify from Nuts came to JP, but Sanford was there for the re-engage.
You know what? That was mission failed successfully for JP. He failed his flicker, but you know what? It was a setup. It was a prank from Sanford.
It was a I got you bro moment, I swear to God.
Slow it down.
Right here, the Petrify into final slash flicker. It looked like Sanford had synergy with Nuts.
That was insane, actually.
it's the synergy you don't want if you're RSG. You're synergizing with the counterplay.
Way too much.
All right, Black Dragon form with the Petrify. All right, Sanji is gonna die, even though he used the Purify. Another final slash coming around from Sanford.
That's a nice blowback, but you know what? Look at RSG. They are backing off. Everyone's super duper low. They can't really fight properly against this right now.
Ooh, those are big commitments coming out from RSG. 2 flickers and also a Black Dragon form. And they only force out a Purify and a death on the Zot. And Liquid, they're still leading by 2k gold. It's not as big as compared to the first 2 games, but they're in a very comfortable spot right now, considering that they have a Roger and a carry on their lineup.
And all of this, obviously, is trying to TLPH trying to slow down RSG as well. TLPH looking for a pick, jumps in, goes for the ejector, and Nat is in trouble. It uses everything but the kitchen sink. Carl TZ, again, no one can really deal with the Roger right now. It's a mega kill for Benicudi so far. And that's going to be another turret going in the pockets of TL.
Yeah, it's hard to re-engage into this. If you're RSG, like the Jawhead just fully committing, then you also have to fight into the Zosk. And if you don't fight the Zosk, you can't fight the Roger and the carry. If you don't fight the if you try fighting the Roger and carry, you're also fighting under the Zosk. There's a lot of problems that RSG needs to deal with, and Liquid, they're just committing.
And while all that's happening, Carl TZ is just jumping. He's like and bouncing non-stop.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to navigate, especially for RSG here.
He's basically just going for the finisher. Every low HP, he pounces.
Yeah,
that's the play for Liquid.
and you know what? Even while doing all that, Benny is 4-0.
Yeah.
So he's also picking up so many of these kills.
A huge chunk of the gold lead by Liquid is probably on the carry. Turtle is going to be taken here by Carl DZ. He did build a Thunder build, so more slows, more control, more damage. They see! They see the light! They see the light on the side of RSG, but now he blinks as Liquid has taken down the Cho.
They saw a light shimmering in the bush, and you know what? They said, I'm going to go for this. And they were correct to call that.
Yeah.
And again, Light just not having the best day today.
If that turns out to be a very big dead after these objectives, it might be just lights out for RSG.
Oh my goodness, what a rare occurrence for Mr. Dylan right here. Oh man,
I was thinking about rare occurrence.
Rare occurrence. Get that for 80%.
Yeah, good timing right there. SOD.
Oh.
Gonna miss light.
Oh. Carl TZ having a relatively chill game as well. Doesn't really need to do much except Lycan Pounce in the fights and just farming while nothing's happening.
It's a good jungle.
Jungle.
If you're a jungler and that's all you need to do, it feels to be a good jungler.
It does.
That's
a good sign.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Carl DZ is having fun. He does not need to carry. He does not need to worry about like flicker plays coming out from light. All he needs to do is steal buffs and press the first kill. Like a pound. That's it.
That's all you need to do.
And now we're game.
Pretty easy, right? Pretty easy game. Now as we are heading into a bit of a later part of this game, we're edging the 10-minute mark. I'm starting to wonder, what's the blowback here? What's the play for RSG here? Again, just is it similar to game 1 and 3, just waiting for Crusade to get in the mode here?
Probably, yeah. Because that's what happened in game 2. And right now, I don't see them outscaling Liquid too. And so you really have to just look for a mistake here on the side of Liquid. But Kusei is on the top lane. The conceal play from Sanford and JP. They know he's there, but they're not gonna chase. They don't want to be overextending this chase on the top lane. But Carl,
wait a
the
second.
young goat.
Did they force that SOD?
Probably.
So they can lord freely?
Oh my goodness, this is such a high level play. RSG reacted, they don't even know this is happening. This happened under their nose.
It's a trap.
It was a trap.
It was a trap. I lied again. Remove your armor. It's shining too much. You're getting spotted out in these bushes, man.
Oh my goodness. These outmaneuvers by Liquid, the macro battle. And Carl DZ, again, goes to show his mastery of the game, helping his teammates, according to the keys to victory, to out-macro RSG.
What a high-level outplay. We'll see if that's going to be enough to break the game. Light going for the target here, and that's going to be JP, but not going to be enough to burst him down. Going to go in straight up from the back. That is Kusei doing a pretty good damage, while everyone is busy up on front. Although they will be losing out the inhibitor turret, that's all they will lose. That's pretty, I would say, best case scenario already for RSG here.
Yeah, I mean, it's roll for XP, and they did stop the bleeding here for their base. And Liquid was forced to use Purify and Benecutie, so they're not keen on applying more pressure on the side of RSG. It's a reset at this point.
It's another reset right now, ladies and gents, and as you can see, TLPH's lead ballooning once more to 9,000.
It's 2.1k gold in the bank of carry versus the Moskov. And Benecutie is almost finished with the Malefic Roar. He already has the Wind of Nature, can stand toe-to-toe against the Moskov, which is going to become a problem for RSG here. If they want to make a comeback here with the Moskov, he's not going to be able to do it against Benecutie. Carl! Oh, look at the hits, the passives coming out from the Thunderbelt. It was just one hit, and Aqua falls to half HP.
Trying to jump on in just enough so he can go for the turret, but look at Light, use it to conceal. He misses out on a few movements, and he's gonna go down because of it. That's gonna be Light down for 28 seconds. Will it be enough though? Look at the damage from Carl TZ on that Roger.
What the heck is that damage?
That was like 100 to 20 in 2 hits.
2 hits. Not even hit by the first skill, just the normal attack and the proc from the Thunderbelt.
Woo!
2 hits is all it takes. Not the Dua Lipa song, but Carl DZ can just one-shot Kusei.
What the heck? What kind of lead do you have to do to make that happen?
Oh, Kusei got stunned.
And looks like the end is near here.
The
for
end is near.
RSG.
The end is definitely near as the countdown strikes the game. 30 seconds for the Lord Liquid. They are smelling that point. That 1-point victory over RSG.
Unless, you know what, RSG maybe can pull out some kind of a miracle, some sort of unexpected play. I don't see them coming out of this one. But right now, at least they are still alive. No minions on the base means TLPH can't touch it. But only for now.
You know, I just realized how heated this match is. Rockhart, I didn't even notice a monitor in front of me. I've been watching on the TV this whole time.
Same
There's
here.
a monitor in front of me.
I
SOD
cannot.
in front of Liquid. They see it. But
Light
Light gets taken out once again. Another
again,
final slash.
He's actually gonna go down, and Nats gonna fall mid-air here. 2 members remaining, not gonna be enough to clear. Aqua takes out the Nightmare Explode.
Carl!
Dash on out, but Carl TC is fearless. He is flying in. And he's gonna be able to do some damage, but not quite.
Oh, that's
and again, we are gonna be waiting for the Lord, waiting for the minions to actually walk in. That could be it.
They have nothing better to do. They throw Sanford into the base of RSG, but that's about it. Liquid came knocking, and they answered the door. RSG sweeping the Raiders. Liquid wins the series.
Huge reverse sweep for RSG.